Korea. What was your impression about last year and what do you expect from this visit?
Well, hello. I'm very much looking forward to go to Korea again. The first impressions last time were very strange because it was in August and it was very warm. Now I'm going in February and it will be very different. I'm looking forward to see all the Korean recorder players again and play a great concert with my colleagues Isa Elias and Alessandro Piano.
I think this question might be something that most professional recorder players or students might be curious about. Can you tell us how you started to play recorder and what made you decide to become a professional recorder player?
Since you asked a question about how I started to play the recorder and how I became a professional recorder player, I started playing the recorder when I was 8 or 9 years old, and I actually wanted to play the oboe. But I found out that the oboe really wasn't fit for me. I played the instrument, but it didn't work. And the recorder I was playing for fun many hours per day. And like that, in a very natural way, I got better and better and started enjoying it. And then I also started to play with my brother, who also played the recorder, and bassoon as well. And then I realized that you can also go to conservatorium with this instrument. Since I thought this was a very nice thing to do, I just applied and I went to conservatorium and I started to like it even more, and that's how everything started.
Unlike any other recorder players, you had a very unique and special experience in your musical career as a member of rock band, because many people are very curious about this. Can you tell us which instrument you played in the band and what was it like to be in the band?
Now you asked me about my background as a player in a rock band. I played piano, saxophone and recorder in a rock band called Echoes Minor. We recorded several albums, and the question was about how it influenced my being as a musician. Well, first I thought it didn't influence it so much, that's why I never mentioned it in my biography. But since a few years I realized that it was really essential for the way that I look at music, and also that I try to make written music, a lot of written music, sound as if it was improvised. Another thing from the pop music is that there's a lot of attention for the sound and not for the pitches. So it's not about the complexity of the music, but really very much about the sound. And I think in the last years I also have tried to get a more individual sound on the recorder, instead of always thinking about pieces or of different pitches.
You will visit Korea with Ensemble Cordovento this year. Could you please tell us more about your ensemble, how you established the ensemble and what kind of repertoire you mainly perform, etc.?
This year I will visit Korea with my trio Cordovento. I play with Alessandro Piano, who is also founder of the group, a harpsichord player, an organ player, and with Isa Elias, a great Baroque guitar player, who also founded the group with us. And our goal is to revive the music on the boundaries of pop and art music from the 17th century. So we will bring a very varied program of English music, Spanish music and Dutch music from the end of the 17th century.
It seems like you have kept trying multiple experimental music, such as Big Eye with Isa Elias and Hotel Terminus with Yuri Honing. Can you tell us what kinds of message you wanted to convey to the audience from both recordings?
I'm now asked to say something about Hotel Terminus and the Big Eye CD. Well, the Big Eye CD was the first project I did with Isa Elias with contemporary music and many short films by Paul and Menno de Nooijer, two great filmmakers from Zeeland. The idea was to find a way in which music and film can be intertwined with each other without one of them being more boring than another. Very often in Hollywood film scores, the image can be interesting, but the sound can be pretty standard, just some strings. And so we wanted to work with filmmakers who also think creatively, and that's how we started to work with Parliament and Neuer. The Hotel Terminus CD is a CD with jazz saxophonist Yuri Honig and his band, so 2 guitar players, bass guitar and drums. And the idea was to take small fragments of the Bach Brandenburg concertos and rework them in such a way that we create totally new pieces. And also this CD has a link with film music, because it was actually thought of, conceived as a CD, as music for a film that still has to be made. So the music is anyway very filmic.
We would like to hear your opinion about contemporary music. As Nicholas Arnoncourt said, the Baroque music was new music at the time. However, today it is not always easy to enjoy the contemporary music. We find it very difficult and complicated. So what is your opinion about this?
Well, you asked me now about that early music is new music, or that all music is new music. And this is in many ways true. Every music that we play nowadays is new music. And it has a completely new context. It is played in different halls. The music that is written in these days is sometimes more difficult to get than audience. Sometimes it's difficult for an audience, but I believe that you can simply not say that you don't like contemporary music. You can say you don't like certain contemporary composers or certain types of music, but I think there is a huge breadth of the music that is written today, and it's a world where everyone has to find his own way.
Lastly, please leave a message to the Korean fans who are desperately waiting for your concert.
Well, I'm really looking forward to go to Korea, as I said, and take my friends and do a fantastic concert, and I hope you will enjoy it. See you soon!